This week in Jamaica Now, deportation disappointment.
These governments are treating us like we are nobody.
Jamaicans sent home from the United Kingdom bash the government for failing to protect their interest. Guilty. Businessman Steven Causwell to be sentenced on September 30 in the Oaklands murder of his ex-girlfriend Nadia Mitchell. What the family of the deceased had to say. 9-month-old infant among victims of St. Mary triple murder. And why only 12 students turned up at the Portland High School this week. I'm Nadia Mitchell and this is Jamaica Now. Businessman Steven Causwell is to be sentenced on September 30 for the 2008 murder of his ex-girlfriend Nadia Mitchell at her Oaklands apartment home in St. Andrew. He was found guilty on Thursday in a 6-1 majority verdict in the Home Circuit Court. The prosecution led evidence that Mitchell's body was found inside the apartment complex with 27 injuries, 19 of which were inflicted before she died. The prosecution had characterized Coswell as an obsessive-compulsive man driven by jealousy who refused to accept that his relationship with Mitchell had ended. In one instance, Coswell called Mitchell 76 times in less than 24 hours when he found out that she was seeing another man. And after the verdict was handed down, Imani Prendergast, the daughter of the slain woman, said she was sad but happy at the same time that justice had been served. Even though he is guilty, I can't get my mom back, Prendergast said through tears. Mitchell's mother, Purdy Newman, recounted that Coswell treated her daughter like his personal possession. He's an arrogant young man and he thinks my daughter was a possession, she said, after the verdict in a case the prosecution had called a fatal attraction. The National Security Ministry says it will implement changes to its protocols where necessary governing deportation following the criticism of some of the 42 Jamaicans who were this week sent back home from the United Kingdom. Some of the deportees complained that their deportations were unlawful and that they were mistreated while in British custody.
Appeal everything and they turn down everything and push it aside.
On what ground?
Well, they're claiming what I'm saying is lie. I fabricate story and all them things, but I don't fabricate nothing, I tell them as it is.
The major organized crime and anti-corruption agency MOCA is to launch an investigation into the People's National Party campaign money scandal. Already, the Office of the Contractor General has started a probe into claims that large Chinese firms were required to pay agent fees to PNP operatives, a portion of which would go to the party. The PNP has been under increasing scrutiny since the publication of a leaked report of the party treasurer Norman Horn, claiming that some senior party members pocketed money collected from donors in the 2016 general election campaign. A domestic dispute is believed to be the motive behind the murder of 3 people, including 9-month-old Alair Sewell in Anotta Bay, St. Mary on Wednesday. The child's mother, 25-year-old Rochelle Williams, and 62-year-old Albert Price were the other victims in the early morning gun attack in the community of Fort George. At least one Portland-based school was forced to suspend classes this week after taxi operators withdrew their services and mounted roadblocks to protest against poor road conditions. The protests last for 4 days and severely affected classes in at least 5 schools in the parish, with only 12 students turning up for the Happy Grove High School one day. The government is to set up a task force to examine the state of utilities in Jamaica following recent mass failures involving the Jamaica Public Service Company, the JPS, and telecommunications company Flow. Hundreds of Flow customers were left without telephone and internet services on the weekend due to what the company said was a technical fault. A week earlier, an island-wide power blackout left people without electricity for up to 4 hours as a result of what the JPS said was a human error that caused all its networks to go offline at the same time because its protection mechanism failed. And that's it for Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. You can send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may tune in to Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. I'm Nadia Mitchell, and before we go, more from a Jamaican man deported from the United Kingdom after living there for 5 years.
We that are overseas, we are under immense pressure, you understand? These governments are treating us like we are nobody, you understand? They're treating us, they're using racism and dealing us in bullies and all them things as Jamaicans. Jamaican government selling us out as well because them take 20 grand for each head to get deported. They made travel documents and give to the British or whosoever for them to send us here, and then them say, oh, criminals are coming back in the country. What?
What's the reason for sending you back to Jamaica?
Just a simple little thing.
What you call a simple little thing?
A little couple bag of weed. Yeah?
What you were exporting?
No. Just couple bag of weed selling and thing. That's it.
Do you take any responsibility in the fact that you went into their country, did something illegal, and they're sending you back home?
Did something illegal? Them come in our country and the whole heap of things illegal. They rob and rape the world. And no one hold them responsible for that. We are children of slaves, so why they come treating us like this? Eh? They can go anywhere if they even have conviction, but we can't go anywhere.
You're taking responsibility for that?
The man of God for tell me, say, ganja illegal. That is just a natural plant. If I'd have some crack cocaine or that now, I would say, well, yeah, you understand? But that's simple. I'm a Rasta man.